Let's maybe risk a sweeping prediction at the end if we can. Do you think that with AI and where it's heading, we are really standing on the precipice of something monumental and extraordinary, something that will change humanity as we know it? Or is it mostly just smoke and mirrors?
So I think so. The answer, well, it doesn't have to be smoke and mirrors because it could still something good could come out of it. But my answer to your question is no. So I don't think this is a pivotal thing like the internet was.
Oh,
And
really?
I'm answering.
Well, that's fascinating because
I
people are
don't think
saying
so.
this is even more grand than the invention of the printing press or the
Oh,
internet.
oh, absolutely
I've
not.
heard that over and over again.
I honestly don't see how. So the internet, to me, that was a pivotal change, right? Like you can communicate with your family abroad instantly. Like it's what the internet has done. I think it's really, really impressive for the way we live. I think AI, as it stands now, then if there's a discovery, we'll see. People are using it as an assistant. I don't see, but maybe I'm, a Luddite or a bit old fashioned, but I don't see how it's pivotal like the internet was. I still see people shopping the same way, doing many things the same way. I already see a lot of people disappointed from AI because they're like, I met a designer who was trying to illustrate something, and she was telling me, I can't get it to do exactly what I want. And it's now taking me longer to refine the prompt. And whenever I update something in the picture, there's something else that changes. I can't get it quite to do what I want. I will read the user manual. She told me, I will read the user manual. And like, yeah, but it's probably not going to help you because that's how AI works. You kind of need to take the outputs the way they are, and you can edit them a little bit, but at some point, Uh, and yeah, I think it might change the way we do certain things. I see lots of coders instead of going to Stack Overflow, which is this website where we always go to search for answers of things that don't work well. A lot of them, and I've done it myself, we just go to ChatGPT, especially if you know the answer. If you know how to do something, but you forgot or you're lazy to type it out, you're like, okay, let's just ask ChatGPT. And when I see the answer, I'm like, oh, I know this is right, or I can validate it. But again, that's such a nice toy to have, but this is not going to change the way I work much, the way I live much. You know. I think if you want a wilder prediction, I think something's going on in the opposite direction, in the sense that people want more and more human content. And I will tell you an example of this. Maybe you do this too. Do you ever search something on Google and type Reddit afterward
All the
because you want
time,
to
especially the last 6 months, I'm not doing almost anything else.
exactly. I am.
It's
Yeah, and actually,
creepy
I
how
think
you
Google.
called it out right now. Like, I feel like you were watching me for the past 6 months. I
Yeah,
thought I'm the
that's
only
good.
one doing that.
I pretty much only want to see results from Reddit. And actually, Google just did something very smart, which is they got exclusive access to Reddit. So now Reddit results will not be showing up on Bing and stuff. But the reason I think we are all doing this is that we want an honest answer from a human being. And on Reddit, we're pretty good at kind of telling what's authentic. It doesn't mean that stuff doesn't happen on Reddit, but I don't want to see all those blog articles that try to sell me something because I know they're not honest, right? If you want to know, is it worth visiting the Louvre Museum in Paris? Is it worth it if you type that into like all the results from blogs, it's never going to be an honest answer. But if you go to Reddit, you can actually find insights from real people telling you, oh, it's amazing. However, if you have kids, they're going to get really bored. You get this human touch, right? And I find this fascinating because the reason we're all, at least in the English speaking world, the reason we're all going to Reddit to search for stuff is because we're missing that human touch that all of these blog articles don't have. But then AI is producing that kind of stuff. It's always very polite answers. It's never curated. It doesn't have an honest opinion. So I think one of the biggest issues they might face at Google, search engines, is that people will start, using them as a portal to go into Reddit or into human opinions. There's a website called Snowheads here in the UK. It's all about skiing. I love to ski, and instead of using Reddit, for instance, I specifically type Snowheads because I want to know what people in that forum say about stuff. Is that ski resort worth visiting? Or is it better than this other ski resort? I'm never going to get an honest answer from a travel website who's trying to sell me a package to go there. And I use Snowheads, but I'm telling you, my point is, it's not just Reddit. There are certain venues for different things, but there's a transition toward trying to find a human content. But then you have all these people saying AI will give you the answer. I won't ask ChatGPT if a ski resort is better than another one. I'm going to get a list of pros and cons of each that doesn't really tell me anything.
What a absolutely amazing take. We've come full circle after all this song and dance. We're just like, yeah, I'm gonna ask my mate if, I should go see Wolverine versus Deadpool. I'm not gonna ask ChatGPT or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is a tiny podcast. There's no sponsors, no production team, and no editors. It's just little old me. And as such, the pod is at the mercy of you lovely folks watching and listening. So please do subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, I don't want to sell you some stupid mug or something that you don't need. So if you can, and most of all, if you want, please support me on Patreon. Now, at this point, I have to express my eternal gratitude to the pillar of the Smart Cookies community, and that's my patrons on Patreon. As always, without you comrades, this show wouldn't exist. You better believe it. So massive thanks to Strole, Aida, Mancian, Miha Medved, Medinho, Goran, Gordan, Lorenzo, Jurečuk, Mila, Taichi, Veronica, and Carmen. Thank you.